Hello, Tom Matuska here with our Thursday afternoon live, and I'm here on behalf of the Matuska Taxidermy Supply Company. I'm here with Vicki Matuska, my lovely wife, and this is kind of a special day because it's the last week of the Northwest Iowa School of Taxidermy winter session 2019, and the students are hustling and bustling and trying to get their projects done, so there's a lot going back on in the back workroom, and we're going to go back there and show you some of their creations. They're pretty proud of their work that they've done, and there's some real neat things that some of you may like to see. And we've been out of town for a while.
We have. We've been in Australia. He was judging the show, and then we went to New Zealand. We got back Sunday night, and we missed all of that snow and bitterly cold weather. And it was 2.5 weeks. We've never vacationed for 2.5 weeks before, so it was actually wonderful. The shop crew took care of the shop really well, so it was super fun. And I tell you, the hospitality of those in Australia and New Zealand is crazy.
It was great. It was wonderful.
We stayed with Dennis and Diane in Australia, and they cooked out for us, provided us with beer every night, took us all over the countryside, and they just treated us as family.
We saw penguins, we saw kangaroos, we saw wallabies. We went to the grocery store and saw kangaroos in the meat market. It was just
koala bears.
Koala bears, and you drive down the road and there's kangaroo crossing signs. And then we went on to New Zealand and we stayed with Mark and Vanessa Walker and their family. And
their 3 kids, and once again we are part of the family. Vanessa's a wonderful cook, and they made us homemade meals. They gave Jim and Brenda, they gave Jim the car, so he drove on the other side of the road and took us all over, and then we camped out with them for a couple nights and did a bunch of touristy stuff, and I tell you, the hospitality was wonderful. The countryside is beautiful, but the hospitality was just amazing. So had a good time, and we're ready for a big snowstorm this weekend, I guess.
I guess so. We missed several storms right in a row, I think, and school was out for a while. The employees were off for a while, and we were probably 80-90 degrees in Australia, and we were probably I don't know, 75 in New Zealand, and it was nice to not be here.
We apologize. Tonight's going to be really boring for most of you because most of you do not want to know about the school or the students, but we do have some new things going on with the school that we'd like to share with you. We normally have, my daughter's looking at me kind of funny. She's
We
afraid
have
I'm
some fun
just
new products at the
Oh,
end
we have
that
new
can
products
share.
that we can share.
Just a
Yeah,
couple.
so that's always fun, but it's going to be kind of boring. But we normally have 2 9-week residential classes, and this year we are not doing that. We are doing the residential class in January, and then we're going to do some short classes this spring. Couple reasons for that. One reason is one of the biggest complaints we have is that I can't get 9 weeks off work, and it's our busy time in the spring, so we are going to try this. We don't know if it's going to work, but I'm pretty sure Tom's not going to go back to the full 9 weeks because he has too much to do, so we're going to somehow figure out a good calendar that works for us. But this year we're doing a 2-week deer starting April 1st, and then we're going to do I believe we go right into our 2-week bird, and then our another complication we had was the world show because we're gone for a full week. So then we take a couple weeks off, we go to the world show, and then we come back and May 13th and do the 1-week fish. So we're going to see how that goes. If we have to make some changes for next year, we will. We are doing the 9-week advanced class because they're pretty independent. So we do have a couple of students coming back for advanced classes. But if you're interested in some short weeks, Tom and Brett and Amber are back there. We'll take you where you're at. We'll move forward. We'll go into the competition techniques. We will, try to do above and beyond what you already know if you do have some experience. A couple things, that the 2-week, it's basically $300 a day. So a 10-week deer course would be about $3,000. A 10-day. What did I say? 10-week.
10-week.
Yeah, 10-week would be loud.
That's a bargain.
Yeah. 300 would be about $3,000, and included with that is everything. You get your tan cape, you get your form, your eyes, your ear liners. So everything is included. You get some tools and a notebook with basic information. Same thing goes for the 2-week bird. You get a game head and a a game.
See, you don't think we listen to you. We
I know,
listen pretty carefully.
you do. You get a waterfall and you get a game bird. Both of them come with a prize plus the heads and the bodies and everything. So, and if you have time to do more, you're more than welcome to. If you have time to start another game head, bring a tan cape.
Or we have them.
Or we have them. You can get them from us. Or you can bring another bird and get one started. The fiberglass fish, that's only one. What am I doing now?
Someone wants to know if you're my sister.
Yeah, I am. I am her sister. I am about eight years older than she is. Yes.
80.
She does look a lot like me. I know, I love it. She doesn't, but I do.
Ben Carrillo says hi from Australia.
Oh, hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben. We've been showing off pictures.
Let me tell you. First,
All right.
judging the show, I kind of gravitated towards one piece through the whole thing, and I kept going back looking at it, and it was an octopus. Oops, probably can't say, by Ben Carrillo, and it
Why
was.
can't you say that now?
It was
over.
exceptional.
Oh.
The depth of color this man has, makes his own paint from automotive paints. He has a grasp on everything from shape, texture, color. He's got it all. So Ben, it was a pleasure to meet you. It was a pleasure to meet your son and see your work.
I just remember when you saw that piece, he said, Vic, come here. Look at this eye. You can take a flashlight. Look up underneath. It goes way in there. He said, look at this eye. And Tom had his flashlight, and he was digging into all the crevices. He was pretty excited.
And somebody that gives you a dental mirror to examine his work in a competition has to be confident. And it was a beautiful piece to
The
see.
pictures probably don't do it justice,
No,
but the
no.
pictures were
Yeah.
awesome to see it
Yeah,
too.
it was
Is
fun.
he the one that asked you to sign his for your
Yes.
autograph?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I
not
feel like
only-
it should have been the other way around.
And not only Ben, there was some wonderful work throughout the whole show.
We met some really fun people.
It was very, very fun, and I dealt with the fish and reptiles, but those people they've been in existence a very short time. I want to say 5 years is all, and they've come a long ways. I don't know
Well, I
what their
think
first
the
shows look like.
amazing thing is they don't have supplies like we do. And I mean, they don't have supplies. They have to make do with what they do, and they have very limited supplies. So they actually have a talent beyond what we have because they're starting from scratch and have to remold and remake everything. I mean, am I correct?
And these people doing their fish, many of them are molding their own fish. They're casting
Yeah.
their own fish, and a lot of the competitions here, it depends on what category you're in. You can buy one out of a catalog, and these people do a really, really nice job. And all the forms are altered. It's very expensive to get something shipped from the United States there. And we were fortunate enough to stay with Dennis Grundy, who has a supply company, as well as Mark Walker, who has a supply company. So we got to see, how they run their business compared to how we run ours, and it was surprisingly similar.
Yeah, it was.
Surprisingly
So it was
similar.
really fun. But hi, Ben. Real quick, let me just finish up on the 1 week fish reproduction. It's only 1 week, 5 days, $1,595, and that includes your replica and then all of the materials and everything. So I don't know if
What's
you're
the date
interested.
on the rep?
The fish one is after the World Show. It's May 13th to May 17th. We have housing available, $23 a night, fully furnished houses. So if you're interested, we have a few people signed up in the classes, but there are openings, so give us a call.
I think your game head is filling up pretty fast.
Yeah, Gamehead is doing well, but we do have openings.
Tell me about the area. You said you have housing available. What kind of housing and what kind of area are they coming to?
The houses are residential Spirit Lake. We have 2 4-bedroom, 2-bath homes, fully furnished. Everything's included. They're nice, clean homes, and there's plenty of room for everybody. So we can put 4 students in it at a time, so they would take 8 students.
And the location?
Right within 3/4 mile of the school.
Nice places, very nice, clean places.
Yep.
You'll like them. And springtime is a wonderful time to be in the
Lake
Great
area.
Lakes. It's not crowded yet. Fishing can be very, very good.
If the snow's gone.
If the snow's gone, it's just pleasant in the spring around here.
Yeah.
Great Lakes. That's how many lakes?
I don't know, but there's a bunch.
Great fishing. I know the students said that was their favorite pastime was the fishing. And they
We have
could-
Spirit Lake, we have East Okoboji, we have West Okoboji.
Well, actually, Jacob didn't even need a house because I don't think he ever slept there. I think he fished all night long and then he showed up for school. So yeah.
You mentioned the 9-week course and then these special 2-week courses. Are they all VA approved?
Good question. Our 9-week residential, our 9-week advanced are VA approved. I was guaranteed by my VA rep that we could get the others approved, and he has the paperwork now, and he's trying to put it through, so I'm assuming they will be, but I'm not guaranteed.
And explain to me what VA approved means.
VA approved mean post 9/11, they get their tuition, there's extra housing money, everything is covered. For the 9-week, they get $2,500 of supplies, full tuition, housing, food. It's great. It's great.
So one of the reasons we're kind of going over the school, not only is it the last week of school, but there's a lot of taxidermists out there that want to learn on their own. They're doing YouTube videos. The question is, why would I go to school when I can learn everything on videos and Facebook? So what do we offer here at our Northwest Iowa School compared to on Facebook, YouTube videos?
Well, now that Tom's doing these Facebook videos, you don't need to come
You don't
to
even
school.
need the school.
Just watch Tom and Brett and Amber back there.
Some people learn very, very well with a book, with a video. Some people pick it up quite
A lot of
adequately
good
that way. I mean,
taxidermists
there's not a thing wrong with that. It's not for everybody. Some people literally have to be shown or watch somebody firsthand, kind of more hands-on instruction, and that's kind of what we're here for. We do well and kind of show students many different methods of performing the same task, so they're not, we don't just show one, we don't just show them one form, we don't just show them one supply company. We have that all available to them. Mandy's frowning because there is only one supply company to her. But no, we show them everything they need. You can't ask a video questions. We make sure that they keep real accurate notes, and we even check their notes to make sure they're getting all the
And
information.
that's another reason why we went to the 2-week and the 1 week, because maybe you have learned on your own, but maybe you need that extra little push to a different level and a little bit more understanding, so then you can just do the 2-week one. So we're trying to match everybody's needs.
So I can do school elsewhere and then come here for the 9-week advanced course.
Absolutely.
In the 9-week advanced course, you get more involved with the competition style and
The rocks,
competitive,
the bases, yeah.
open, like
Open
life size,
mouth.
open mouth, turkey, like more
Yeah.
involved with the stuff.
Yeah.
That 9-week advanced course, that's VA approved as well.
Yes.
And with that, I don't know what I was going to ask, but it
Well,
was
you know, I think that pregnancy, you can always fall on that for a while you can't think.
So the 9-week advanced course is VA approved.
Yes.
You're getting the 2-week courses approved.
Yes.
And then you have the 9-week. Is the 9-week advanced course available? Are you doing that in the spring?
Yes,
That's what I was
only
gonna ask.
spring really.
So that's coming
Yes.
up here
Yes.
starting when?
April 1st.
April 1st is
Yes.
advanced.
Yes.
So VA. Now with your tuition that you pay, your housing is separate. The toolbox. Every student gets their own toolbox and notebook, which is pretty huge to mention because that's quite a bit of supplies that come with. What's all in that toolbox?
You've added it up. How many dollars is in that toolbox?
Well, you're
It's a
talking
lot.
about the big one. The big one
That's
has
for
a
the
little bit of
9-week
everything.
class?
Yeah.
So
And the short ones, they also get a toolbox, but only related to deer or only related to fish. And they will get a notebook, but only related to deer. So they will have their basic information.
it's about $500,
It
I
is.
believe,
The big
of
toolbox is
supplies.
about $500 with the great tools.
I think it's only $430.
And
It's
then
a
your
lot.
notebook that you go through, what's all in your notebook?
It has any recipes that we use, any suggestions, you know, on ways to do things that we teach the students.
Diagrams.
Diagrams. There's photo articles on open mouth coyotes, for instance.
Just a
Setting
variety of
ears. Just a
go-to
whole lot of
articles.
things that are kind of important. Things that we teach in class. When they go home, they can also look at it in the notebook. List of supply companies.
No one has any questions for us?
Kenny O'Hare says he went in 2000 and Tom and his staff are amazing to learn from. Only school to go to if you are wanting to learn taxidermy from the best.
In this class, I think we have 3 students who have
Been to
gone
other
to
schools.
other taxidermy
Yeah,
schools
and came back here.
and came to us, and All three of them were pretty impressed with what they learned here. So now they have, you know, two different styles of that they've been taught and can compare them.
Do you have to be artistic to do an artist or artistic to do taxidermy?
The artistic people, I think, stand out with their poses and face work more than anything else. I kind of think taxidermy, you can teach people methods. And now she's smiling again. It was so
Pat
great.
Reed says hi, and he also says Sadie, he heard her barking.
Oh, Pat Reed, thank you very much for coming up while we were in Australia. Pat Reed came up from Kansas, and at the suggestion of Jim and Brenda, and the students loved him to where maybe I'm out of a job because they really liked
He
Pat
stayed
Reed.
at our house and took care of our dog and cat. But the only negative part of being artistic, and this is from a spouse's viewpoint, is that the taxidermist that is really artistic is never happy and spends so much time on one mount because they have that
I'm always
artistic
happy.
eye. And they just have to spend a little bit more time, and you know, from a payroll point of view, you've got to get those pieces out the door. So, you know, being artistic is good, but also you have to be aware that you are kind of what's that word when you
The comptroller is always on your rear.
but
When we get called in the office, it's bad.
I know, Mandy and I get called in the office sometimes. It's not good.
So before we go, we're actually going to take you, speaking of artistic and getting things out, our showroom is pretty full of stuff. So we're going to go check that out in just a little bit before we go back to the students. But before we do, what does your 9-week course, the full course, what's it cover? What would I get when I come here?
it covers a little bit of everything. It's only in January now. We cover 4 areas of taxidermy: birds, fish, game heads, and mammals. Plus we do like business, pricing, advertising, reference filing, migratory and federal laws. You apply for your license while you're in school. We do a lot of base work. You get to choose your own specimen package from those 4 areas, and you sit down with Tom one-on-one and kind of pick that out, and it depends on the area you're from, kind of what you brought with you, what you can afford, the time limit that we have. We give you the best foundation we can give you in 9 weeks. You live and breathe taxidermy, but you really have to continue to get your fingers dirty the minute you walk away from school. Like we had our banquet last night, and like Tom said, you know, you've got to get out there and use that information and get involved immediately, or you forget too much.
We got some talented people back there.
Yeah, we do.
You're going to see some nice
Yeah.
work.
So again, this is our catalog. For those that know somebody that's interested in school or looking, push them our way. We can answer any questions, send you a school packet and information. Just come join us, CBIS. We are CBIS.
We are CBIS for international students, and we just spent, I mean, like 300 hours getting recertified, and we have been on the waiting list to get our certification in, and they keep saying yes, but it hasn't come. But supposedly we are certified for CBIS.
And we've taken people from all over.
Yeah, we have Germany, Australia, New Zealand.
So I don't need to worry about not
Canada.
being from Iowa. I can be from,
Yeah.
where do we have our
Well,
students?
students, we have California, we have New York, we have Michigan this class. Where else do we have? Nebraska.
If any people from Australia and New Zealand come, your class will probably be 10 weeks instead of 9, just because it takes us longer to understand you people.
And you lose a lot of time in travel, let me tell you.
Takes them a long time to understand you. You had this class. You had Virginia, Minnesota, New York, Michigan, Texas, Nebraska, Iowa, Utah, and California.
They were really spread out.
They really
Yeah.
are, and they're a family back there. They're tight. They're really tight. We're going dancing tonight, I guess.
With the students?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Okay, so with that being said, why don't you take us in the showroom and show us some of your
Okay.
stuff, and then we'll go back and check out the students.
Walk this way.
Thank you, Vicki.
This is our showroom. We have a few things to go out. This is a kind of a pretty piece. This is a kind of a leopard at rest. A leopard at rest?
Yeah.
Cape Buffalo. We have sable, Sitatunga, fallow deer. This is when something gets done in the back room by the taxidermist here. We complete it, comes out here, ready to be delivered or picked up, whichever. A lot of fish on the wall. Incidentally, I tell people that most of the fish up on the top there I did in the old shop, and I've been here 35 years, but they're kind of things you just can't part with, which really don't impress many people, but can't get rid of them.
I always tell people to look for the ones with tags.
This is a mountain lion that I did in 1991, got the President's Challenge in
1991.
Iowa.
Look
1991.
Look how old the base looks. We need to add some pop of color to
Yeah,
that
we
now.
need to touch that a little bit.
But it's cool to see. And then you have over here, you got this with Mark on a trip.
Yeah, that had to be about that time too. Aoudad that we got in Texas, and taxidermists tend to collect a lot of things.
What do you got here?
Here's some new things. We got caribou over there. We got waterbuck, blazebuck, hartebeest, fish. Do a lot of fish. We ready to go back?
Adam Saunders says, will you have a 1 or 2 week mammal class?
Not at this point. We don't have a mammal. Game head, bird, and fish. But that's something we may put together for next season.
Sure.
Could they do the deer class and bring something
Mammals
else?
take a long time. Mammals, there's always size issues where you have to make them bigger, smaller, change the poses, things like that. So that would probably be a little longer class.
They couldn't do one mammal in 2 weeks?
Maybe.
Give us a call. We'll
Yeah,
talk
give
to
us
you.
If everything goes
We'll
right, we can.
brainstorm.
Bum, bum, bum. Yay. Everybody behave.
Remember, Aaron wanted to be the focus point.
Everybody say hi to Pat real quick. Pat Reed is watching.
Pat Reed's
Hi,
watching.
Pat. Hi, Pat.
And this is Jacob. This is interesting because Jacob has gone through the class. He decided to do a third deer head, right? Third?
Second.
Oh, second?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, he did this all by himself, and I'm watching him the other day, and if they ask for help, we'll help them. If they're self-sufficient, we'll sit and watch and see how well they can do. He set his ears. He's got, his eyes and everything, and I thought, this kid's really paying attention because it was looking really well, really good. He's got it evidently sewed up, yep. And adjusting the ears.
Yep, just tucking it.
And stapling it off the back, and then he'll do his facial features. But you did pretty good.
Thank you.
And Jacob, what did you think of your instructors?
They were always there to help and like super. Yeah,
Read the
just
script.
helpful.
Read the script.
Would you do this experience again?
For sure, like the amount of knowledge I gained in 9 weeks was incredible.
We had 60 minutes.
Glad to have you here, sir. All right, who do you have next?
Here's a nice student mule deer.
Those look like
Who's? Mine.
Jesse's mule deer.
My mule deer.
That's a beauty.
Mm-hmm. We fixed the tip on the antlers here. These were all oranged up, and Tom and we bleached them out yesterday, and then repainted or restained them today. And then I did all the finish work today.
can't even tell.
And then
These look like 200 MVs. Earliners. Brian Olson. Earliners?
I guess, yes. I guess so.
And Pat helped me sew it all up and get it all put together and the ears correctly. Needed a lot of form altering on this one to get it to fit.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Jesse's a deer boy. Deer boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, business. Someone wants you to do a Facebook Live of business. You have a good business. Did he do a good business seminar for you guys? Oh yeah. You learned a little bit?
I do the best business seminar. I really do. Because everything I tell you, if you pay really good attention and do exactly the opposite, you will succeed. Because I have done every single thing wrong in business there is and live to tell about it. So anything I teach you about business, I got to give a seminar at Minnesota on business. Don't go there is all I'm gonna do. Don't do what I tell you, you'll be fine.
Now you know why I'd say the opposite of you all the time. Just trying to keep growing.
Oh, look at the nice bobcat. And this is Aaron's, right?
Yeah, he's been helping me.
Yeah, just throwing into work.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm through to work.
Yeah. This is Erin from Utah, and
Hi.
her boyfriend Cole accidentally showed up and surprised her yesterday, and it was a very emotional reunion.
Had the office ladies
Everybody
in
in
tears.
the office was crying, was tearing up. And this is her bobcat. She's got her base yet to do, and Cole showed up just in time to blow dry it
I
today.
saw him working back there.
nice.
And I think he liked it. I think he really likes doing this, and I think you're going to have a helper for life here because he was getting into it. He was grooming hair, and he was playing with hair patterns and things like that.
So Aaron, Utah's a ways away and 9 weeks is a long time.
Yes.
Was it worth your time away?
Yes.
And it wasn't
No.
that far?
Not a question.
Did you feel at home here?
I did, and I think that's because I had really great roommates,
Yeah.
and also it's a good environment.
I heard you guys
It's a good
didn't get along at
atmosphere.
all.
Oh no, no fun at all. No fun. No, it was great. Fantastic roommates, great place to stay. It really felt like a small town here too.
It is.
That was a good vibe.
Yeah. And what did you think of Tom and Vicky?
Eat it
Except
for
Tom
sure.
left on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides the 2 weeks they were gone.
Oh yeah, I mean, Brett, Amber, Tom, Pat, they were all great, like phenomenal. Whenever we had a mishap, they were right there to help. So, yeah.
Utah, how far away are you from Salt Lake City?
I'm just south of Salt Lake City.
You're gonna have to go visit Jeremy Judkins for
Okay.
your meal deer corn because he stocks them there,
Oh, okay.
so it'll save you some shipping.
That's good to know. That is
And
really
to
good.
the Utah show.
And
Do we have a flyer on that? Do we have any information that we should give her?
on Utah show? Sure.
Because she'll be home for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm driving back next week.
Yeah. Yep.
And way back there, we have Jesse's wife who showed up and has been a tremendous help getting his work done. And
She's a regular on our Thursday lives.
Yes, I watch every Thursday.
and she learned. No, that's not even his animal. She's done all of his. She's working on Kayla's silver fox, and she's already done wood duck eye rings today. I think she probably put a largemouth on a base
And a perch.
and a perch on a base,
And she did King's face and make us all
Being
look
shown
bad.
up, Cole.
We're doing all the work and she's doing all the finishing.
Move down to mine.
and here's Jesse who jumped from his mule deer over to his coyote. He's working on and doing a little facial work on that. And this is Kayla. This is a Kayla. I'm sorry. This is an ingenious mount. Explain this to them because I came home from Australia, New Zealand to see this, and it was
So Amber
Very
actually
interesting.
helped me create this. This is the blue line flag, and I did this for one of my buddies. He shot this buck. He retired from New York State Troopers, so he was in the canine unit, and he just retired. So this was his little retirement gift.
it's really ingenious. Really ingenious.
Very cool. And Kelly, you're from California. So
Yes.
how was, and you also left a loved one. So how is that for you? The same?
It was a very long drive, but it was totally worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. The class was great. The instructors were amazing. I learned so much, and I really felt at home here. So it was
You
really
guys are all come back to the advanced course. right?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
And they
I
picked the
should.
winner. The winner is really sometimes not a pleasant time here, you know.
Especially
That's cold.
I know,
It was
this
cold.
winter's been terrible.
ice fishing.
The ice fishing was awesome.
Like how, when you say awesome, what were you catching?
Oh, she's got
Oh, my
pictures of
goodness.
big pike and
We
muskies.
saw muskie, pike.
Saw or caught?
I caught pike, northern pike. But we saw muskie on the camera, walleye, yellow bass. We saw like pretty much everything. Perch.
They caught a whole bucket. Who caught the
Largemouth
bucket
bass.
of perch the other a while
Yeah, we
back
caught,
earlier?
I don't know,
Perch
like over 30 in that one day.
Mm-hmm.
Just how many?
Yeah, that big fish fry.
Yep, fried them up.
Sounds good. Lent, we gotta start doing that.
I know.
Except all mine's warm and in the garbage now.
Oh no. And over here we have Karen working on her fox,
Hardly.
and she's another New Yorker.
Yep.
And got her fox all sewn up, doing facial work. She's kind of a fish girl, so she's got several fish going. And line dancing going.
You're not gonna floss for them?
Start prepping.
No, I don't. I learned what it was called last night.
Karen, what did you think of your experience here?
Oh, this is just the most incredible program I've ever been through. And I have 2 bachelor's and a master's in art. So, I mean, I would do this. I'm gonna stay, actually, for the next 20 years like Brett. You know?
We'll take you. Hired.
Does Glenn know? You gotta leave every 5, you know.
The only thing is there's no trout or salmon fishing here, so we'll have to work on that.
Oh, but muskies.
Yeah.
Muskies and northerns. What about Glenn? Does he know about these plans?
Well, you know, we're looking to move anyway out of New York, so
And he's gonna be here when?
today, this afternoon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you
So-
excited?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Here's some fish that we have going. Back there we have a bluegill and a largemouth that belong to Billy, who is not here right now. Here's a really nice tiger muskie that Aaron's done. This is Tyler. Now these fish have to be glossed yet. This is Tyler's walleye. This is Kella's.
Tell her, come take ownership of your beautiful.
Oh yeah, because we kind of like this one.
It's pretty.
Mahi mahi.
Yeah, this was.
Mahi mahi.
Yep.
Isn't that a
Dorado,
dolphin?
Mhm.
Mahi, dolphin.
Dorado.
Yep.
Why
Lots
so
of
many
names.
names?
Yeah, I don't know why they have so many names. So I'll have to check into that.
Now, did you just, so it's a replica, did you just want to do one, or you caught one, took pictures, wanted to recreate it? What's the story with this guy?
Actually, it's kind of a piece in memory. My wife has 2 brothers that passed away, and it's kind of a piece in memory of them.
Gotcha.
Everything you have is kind of sentimental,
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
That is really cool.
So that piece
except the black
means
fox.
a lot.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. See, wouldn't that look cool up in the peak of our house?
Oh, yeah.
Eileen says, "Hi, Karen."
Oh, hi, Mom.
Oh gosh! Hi, Mom. Thanks for sharing her. She's been delightful. These girls. I mean, having 3 girls in class, plus a female instructor, plus a whole office of women and supply company women it will make any man tremble. And these 3 have been wonderful to work with. That we did not have. Did we have a grumpy day? If you did, I didn't see it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It was always
Not
pretty
yet.
good.
They all live together, they work together, they live together, and they were great. Not only that, every one of them was extremely talented, and I think are going to go a long ways in this business because they listen carefully, they learn fast, they pick things up, they're into it, this is something that they really want to do, and I see them doing this for a long time to come and doing it better than anybody.
Mom said you were almost crying at the graduation.
I kind of teared up a little, didn't I? I mean, this is a class, not to downplay any of our other classes, but these guys are special. I mean, really are. And they're a family to each other, but
How many beers did you have?
how many what?
Beers did you have?
2, just 2. No, they're good.
So
They're
you
good.
guys had your graduation last night. You got supper and a nice slideshow. Did you know the slideshow was coming with all your pictures of stuff? Folded toilet paper? No.
Oh yeah.
Karen would fold the toilet paper. I actually tried to start doing that at home. But then I'd go and sit down and use it, and Brett would never see it, so I quit.
We're talking about the chores. We have
The
to
chores.
clean up
Everybody
the
has a
shop.
job. Some people sweep, and some people mop, and some people clean the sinks. And Karen took it upon herself to take care of the bathroom, and she's the best bathroom cleaner
Oh,
we've
for
ever
sure.
had.
That, shockingly enough, that was my employee job, was the bathrooms, and I saw you doing it. I'm like, I'll take the bathrooms, no problem. haven't had to do it. We do have a couple new products that we are going to show you here. One of the Clint Ricky's DVD.
Nancy Hample.
Oh, hi, Mom.
She says, wish we could have made graduation. Love you, Kella. Great job.
Love you too. Thank you.
Interesting enough, we had a girl Hample and we had a boy Hample in this class from 1,000 miles away. Two Hamples. That's kind of weird, I thought.
Yeah, no relation.
This DVD by Clint Ricky.
Yeah, so we actually sold out of our first batch we bought, and so they were out of stock. They are back in stock, and we've been getting some reviews. So I don't know if you can read the back of that to just give the description of it.
In this instructional DVD, Master Taxidermist Clint Ricky demonstrates his methods of mounting whitetail deer for competition. This is an extensive DVD set, unlike anything on the market, and a must for anyone looking to improve in the competition room or in their daily work as well. Following along with from beginning to end, or select the chapter that you'd like to see from the chapter menu. Approximately 7 hours and 45 minutes. That's a lot of information on a DVD, and I don't think nobody will dispute that Clint Ricky probably presently is doing the nicest white-tailed deer anybody's going to find throughout the nation. So if you want to pick up competition tips, apply those to your daily work.
Keep learning.
Do what Clint does, and you're going to do what you do better.
So a couple reviews on that. Awesome Ricky video. Shep Brown says top-notch, very informative, well worth the money, and priced right. Dylan Kral says finished Clint Ricky's DVD last night, and it's worth every penny. So much information, they should have charged a lot more. If you're wanting to compete or competing or even just doing commercial work, this is a must-have. Great job, Clint and Taxidermy University. Chris Smith says, got the video, outstanding job, fellows, worth the $130 all day. So $130 does seem like a lot, but when you're looking at 7.5 to 8 hours worth of video, that's quite a bit. That's
And,
almost your full.
Any of the Taxidermy University DVDs are great by Cole Kirkshank. Cole, I guess you'd say is the producer and produces some pretty top-notch
He's in charge.
DVDs.
He is in charge of it. And luckily enough, we're exclusive with them, so you can get it Taxidermy University with Cole, or you can also get it with us with your supplies, and we're happy to send that along. A few new products we have found. Holly brought these to our attention, and she really liked them, so we found them. And you have your curved.
These are spring-loaded shears, I guess I'd call them.
Snips.
Shear snips. Snip shears. Look at that. I mean, these are super strong jaws.
Hold it still so they can see the curve.
Sharp and like that. Sharp enough.
The angle.
Yeah.
So we got straight and curved.
And strong enough that I think you could cut anything. And being a fish person, I'm kind of excited to get up in a fish head with this baby. It's strong. And for any of you people who have carpal tunnel and things like that, opening scissors is not as easy as it used to be. These do it by themselves. They got a little spring in them.
Nice.
And they're $13 to $14 about, and they're online now.
I like
So
them.
you can get those. And you have the minis. Mini, straight.
I like them.
The other thing we promised you guys we were getting and we'd find is your pan pastels fixative sealer that the guys and Amber have played with. They decided they liked it. It works great. This is our go-to that they are using.
We've tried everything. When we got the pan pastels, we tried matte finishes, we tried gloss finishes, satins, everything. And some of the pastels went away. Some of them did funny things. We weren't happy with how it got fixed on. You know, you have to spray it with something or it's going to blow away. So they gave us a list of different products, and we tried them all. And this workable fixative is probably the best of the bunch, and it works really good. So with your pan pastels or Pearl-Ex powders, works great with Pearl-Ex powders also.
And you seal in layers.
Give it a little spritz, seal in layers, and it will build up depth.
And it's $8.95, and it's not online yet, but will be tomorrow, right, Kirsten?
Right.
It's $8.95, and if you call in, they'll know what you're talking about.
Good
hopefully,
product.
and
All
that.
good products.
So what we're gonna do is, we gave away last time during our walkthroughs the video. So like and share this video, and next week, why don't we give away one of our curved little snip shears.
I'm gonna win it.
Snip shear, you already got one. So like and share this video now, and show people you watch. If you know somebody that's interested in taxidermy school, or if you are interested in taxidermy school, give us a call and we will answer any questions for you. It's Northwest Iowa School of Taxidermy. You can follow us on Facebook, or the Matuska Taxidermy Studio is also on Facebook, and you can see what's going on with that. And as always, we are Matuska Taxidermy Supply Company. 1-800-488-3256, or visit us online at www.matuskataxidermy.com. This is our first live audience, and it's making me nervous because I can see them all staring at me. So give us a call. Again, congratulations to the winter class of
congratulations.
2019. You guys did awesome. We're missing you. Good work, gang. And we'll catch you live. Tom's in Utah next week.
Utah show, yeah?
Yep, so if you guys want information, we just sent 2 pallets to Jeremy today.